The topic area of discussion is the primary differences between senior high school and college. The purpose is to explain the differences between senior high school and college in many different aspects, also in many different perspectives as well. So there are many aspects in the difference of senior high school and college, and the different aspect and perspective is divided by like social, teaching style, and also education. So the mm, first one is about the teaching style. So in high school, teachers present material to help you understand the material in the textbook, often writing information on the chalkboard or whiteboard to be copied in your notes. But in college, professors may lecture non-stop, give you illustration, provide background information, or discuss research about the topic you are studying. But they will rarely follow the textbook. You will be expected to identify the important points and summarize it, so good notes are critical. The next one is homework. It's different from high school. Like in high school, you will usually be told what you need to learn from assigned readings, and teachers will remind you of assignments and due dates. They will check your completed homework. But in college, professors expect you to utilize course syllabus or outline, which spells out exactly what is expected of you, when it is due, and how you will be graded. It is up to you to read and understand the assignment material. Lectures and assignments are based on the assumption that you've already done so. Professor may not always check completed homework, but they will assume you can perform the same task on the test. So the last but not least, there is a difference in aspect of maybe social and education, and also in the study perspective. So in high school, you are expected to read short assignments that are then discussed in class. You may study outside of class as little as 2 hours a week, and this may be mostly test preparation. In college, you are assigned substantial amounts of reading and writing which may not be discussed in class. You need to study at least 2 to 3 hours outside of class for each hour in class to keep up with the coursework. The article "How is College Different from High School?" is talk about the major and minor differences between college and high school. This article's introduction is pretty interesting because the writer tells us the purpose of his article, which is to prepare the reader who wants to be in college. On the body, the writer using point-by-point structure to explain the differences between each differences. For the first object is followed immediately by the difference for the second object, and so on. The conclusion is college and senior high school has a lot of major and minor differences, from education and socially. But in the end, college and senior high school is a place to study. The article gave me a lot of new information and new perspective of some information that I already know. I mean, we all know the difference between college and senior high school, right? After I read this article, I feel my information that I already know is clearer than before. Second, I realized that not only the differences of education that happens on college and senior high school, but also in socialize and teacher as well. I know that in terms of social, there is a difference, even though it's just a minor difference, but it's also one of important differences.